major differences between IP CCTV and analog CCTV. So like I explained earlier, the IP CCTV is more flexible to work with. Your encoding and the decoding takes place with the camera. So the MVRO does little work. So, and there's already a network, a local network set up. So when you are transmitting, you want to view online, it's easier to put online. It's just to introduce a public IP. So that's for the IP camera. But the analog camera, it's not like that. You have to do a lot of, setup. And when you are doing a lot of setup, you are taking the DVR online, not the camera itself. So watching remotely, it's somewhat difficult, you get, compared to IP. You understand? So, and that's number one. Number two, in terms of video quality, we have more higher video quality cameras in IP system than in analog system, you get. So then when we talk about the setup generally, in an IP system, it's more flexible. When you are doing IP wiring, it's more flexible to work with. Now, talking about fade points, we have lesser fade points with IP camera, IP system than analog system. Let me explain what I mean by fade points. Now, after this class, we'll be showing you videos on how we are doing all of this wiring on site. So for some of you that already have an idea of what IP wiring looks like, you take a network cable from here to here, from point 1 to point 2. Now, you only clip your ROJ45 connector at one end. At the other end, you clip another one that is going to the server. Then one is coming to the camera. So now, when there's going to be fade points, those points, those 2 points are called fade points. Like points that can easily get damaged or has issue. You understand? So now, when there is a problem with your system, your setup, where you go to first is either from the camera point, and when you go there, it's just to check the connector, that's the ROJ45 connector, if it's okay, if it's well cleaned, if you follow the color coding that corresponds with the other one. You understand? After checking that, you go to the other end of the MVR and check. You understand? So I'm just teaching you now how to troubleshoot. So you see that you just have 2 points to check. 2 points to check. So when we are talking about fade points, I'm referring to those 2 points. That's for IP system. Then now, I told you that the analog system has more fade points. Now, in your traditional analog system, at the camera end, you have your BNC and you have your power. BNC for the data, then power connector for the power, to supply power to the camera. Two points at the camera end. Then go to the DVRO end in your server room. You have another 2 points to check. Your BNC that goes to the camera and your power connector that goes to the power bus. So total, we have 4 fade points. Some of you like joining cables. I don't do that. It's not professional. You understand? If you now join the coaxial cable at any point, additional fade points. That's 5 fade points. You understand? So you see that when you now want to troubleshoot, you have to first check the BNC if it's okay. Then you now check the power at the camera end. You see the many fade points that you need to troubleshoot to check. So with your IP system, you just have 2 fade points. You understand? So that's for that. Then of course, the IP system uses an Ethernet cable. Cat5, Cat6, Cat6E, Cat5E, Ethernet cable. while the analog system uses a coaxial cable. For those of you that went through the analog class, you saw how we did the wiring with our coaxial cable. But our more advanced class, we can teach you on how you can use your Cat6 cable to run analog cameras. You understand? So that's for that. Then, of course, when we are talking about IP cameras or IP CCTV setup, we are talking about using your network video recorder, that's your NVRO. Then when we're not talking about analog, we are talking about your digital video recorder, that is your DVR. So then, of course, the flexibility of the IP camera lets you know that it's easy to watch remotely. It's more easy. If some of you if you have installed IP camera before, you know that just viewing, if you just click it, it's very easy, very flexible, very light to watch remotely. Unlike your analog that you have to pass through the DVR to watch, you understand? So then another thing you should also know is that IP CCTV setup is, the wiring is more scalable. It's more scalable with time. Like now, when you are doing an IP CCTV setup, let's say you have a building here, you have another building after one, let's say after 150 meters, you have another building. Do you know that you don't have to run all the cable? Let's say you want to run 4 cameras. You don't have to run, if it's analog, you have to run from that 150 meter, you have to run, if let's say 2 camera is in point A and 2 camera is in 150 meters away. Now, for analog, you have to run those 2 cameras from that point 150 meters away to that point that the other cameras are. You understand? So that all the 4 cables will come to one place. But for IP CCTV, you don't have to run that long wire like that. You understand? Anyway, that's when you do your link budgeting to know which one is cheaper for you. But the advantage is that you can run 1 cable from the point A, point 150 meters, that's the point B, to the middle. Let's say point to a middle. That middle, you now put a switch there. So now all your 2 cameras from that side will run to that switch. Only 1 cable, sorry, you understand what I'm saying? 2 camera will come from point B to that switch at the middle. Only 1 cable will now take the 2 camera signal from the center, that's the middle, to that point A. You understand? So instead of you running 2 cables straight from point B to point A, you can break it at the middle and power it. So when you have 10 cameras in that point B, you can bring all the 10 cameras or 8 cameras to a middle point, because at 100 meters, your your Ethernet cable loses signal. You must note that. That's for my advanced class. You understand? So at 100 meters. No, now to work around that, if you have 10 camera as point B, you can run all the cable to a point, a central point, where the distance will now be, let's say, 75 meters. You understand? You run it to point, that center point. Then from there, you now put a switch. If it's you can put a 16-port switch. All the cameras will be connected to it. Then you just run 1 cable that will not take all the signal from that switch to your NVRO or to another switch in the server room where all the cameras will be. I don't know if you get it. So with that, you see that wiring is easier compared to analog. If it was analog, you have to run all the 10 cameras from that point B to where the server room is at point A. You see the advantages over with IP CCTV. So I haven't said all of that. If you have any other question, or there's something I did not talk about, or there's an area that you are not clear about, you can drop the question. You can drop your question on the comment section, and I will look into it as soon as possible. See you in my next class.